Hi guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you 8 tips for manifesting anything you want. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I'm from thealignedlife.co and today I'm going to share with you my 8 tips for manifesting anything you want in life. So no matter whether you are manifesting something big or something small, there is always a very similar process into calling in our intentions and our desires. So I go through this more in detail in my online class, The Manifesting Cure, but today I wanted to give you a really brief overview of 8 tips that you guys can start using right now, today, to start manifesting anything you want into your life. So let's go. Tip number 1 is to start small. And I know people get really upset when I tell them that because most people come to me and they want to manifest $1 million in the next week. And it's not that you can't do that. It's not that you can't create big, huge, crazy miracles for yourself, because I 100% believe in your ability to do that. But the problem is most of us have a really hard time of aligning our energy and aligning our belief structure with a belief that is so big. So I really ask you guys to kind of dial it back, kind of think within the next 6 months, kind of a reasonable life activity. What do you believe is possible for yourself? What would be the best case scenario for your life to change in the next 6 months? And think about a goal that aligns with that instead of going for the big end goal. The big end goal is cool and all, and it's good to know what that is, but I really advise you to pick something smaller to start manifesting, and that way you can build your confidence and keep going and building on top of that from there. Tip number 2 is to get specific. So this one is for all of you guys that are trying to manifest love or trying to manifest abundance. I really want you to define what that means, because I always like to say, if you can't define what you are trying to call in, you aren't manifesting. If there is no way for you to know that you've done it, then you haven't even begun the process. So really take the time to figure out what you want. Be bold, decide on what you want, and just commit to that one thing. So that is where you begin the process. So that is tip number 2, is to be specific. Tip number 3 is to decide that your intention is yours. So a lot of the time people think they're manifesting, but what they're really doing is sort of just daydreaming about the thing they want and thinking about how wonderful it would be to have that thing. And they haven't gone from thinking about it into deciding that it's going to be theirs. So there's a very different energy there, as you can see. It's like the difference between me thinking, oh, I'm thirsty, and the difference between me actually picking up a glass and having a drink. When you decide, you actually take action. When you decide, you come from a very different space than just thinking about it. So that is my 3rd tip for you guys, is to simply decide that your intention is yours. Tip number 4 is to write it down. So I love this tip. It is so easy, yet so many of us miss this, but we tend to think about the things that we want in our mind, and not that many of us actually take the next step of committing it to paper. And that might not sound like a big deal to you at first. Writing it down may not seem very important, but it actually makes a huge difference, because it takes an idea that's floating up here in your mind and it actually puts it into something you can hold in your hand. And that might not seem like a big deal, but it is one step of the process. It is one really important part of making your manifestation real. So if you guys haven't written down what you want, I challenge you to go ahead and do that right now, because it is super crucial to your manifesting process. Tip number 5 is to operate from having. So this again has something to do with the decision that we already made, but when you are operating from a space of having, you aren't desperate, you aren't wondering, it's not iffy. You are operating from this confident state of knowing that your intention is yours. So I ask you, if your intention was going to be yours in the next 5 minutes, what would that feel like? And more importantly, what kind of actions would you be taking? How would you be behaving if you knew your desire was certain to come true? What kind of person would you be? And when you start to think about it from this kind of space, instead of wondering, and you put yourself into this space of certainty, you are going to see a bunch of things that you can start to do right now that will actually help to align you with your goals. So that is tip number 5, is to operate from having. Tip number 6, it just relates to what we were just talking about, but it is to wait for inspiration. So when you're in the space of operating with confidence and full belief, you will be given guidance. You will be giving a ping from the universe. You will be giving a divine download, as I call them. You will be given some sort of inspired action to take that will help to make your goal a reality. So something like this would be that idea that comes to you while you're having a shower. It's like a light bulb moment and you just know you have to go do something. Or maybe it's a dream that you have. Or maybe you just feel really inspired to go talk to a certain person sitting in the park. And it turns out that that person works at the company that you want to get a job at, and that's the thing that you're trying to manifest. So when you are operating from the space of having, you will be given clues. You will be kind of led on this adventure, and it is just up to you to keep your heart and mind open, to receive the pings, and to take action when you find them. Tip number 7 is to gather evidence. And evidence in the way that I'm talking about it is like the flimsiest, weirdest, most out there kind of evidence you can find. So what we are doing in this exercise is sort of giving our brain a scavenger hunt. So our brain kind of does this already. We have a reticular activating system in our brain that likes to look for patterns in the world around us. So if you want to create evidence for the belief of you having your intention, I want to give your brain a task to do that will help to make that actually real. So what we're going to do is look for evidence that your intention is coming true in the world around you. And this is where you can get creative. So if you see somebody on the train sitting across from you that has the camera that you're trying to manifest, like make a little note of it on your phone. If you see a commercial, if you are at a bar and you hear people talking about the very thing that you want, just make a note of it. Anything that is happening around you that is kind of a flicker of the thing that you want coming towards you, just write it down and keep like a little note. Like I like to do it on my phone because I always have that on me. And the more evidence you collect, the more confidence you'll build, and the more of a fun game this will be for your brain. So I really challenge you to look for evidence, and I know this sounds weird. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but your brain loves to look for evidence. So why not make it start looking for the evidence of the thing that you want? Because that will just create a positive feedback loop for the thing that you want to manifest. So that is tip number 7. And my final tip for you guys, tip number 8, is to practice what I call future gratitude. So most of us think that we can only be grateful for the things that we already have in our life, but you don't have to limit yourself to that. You can start being grateful for your intention being real before it actually happens. So again, putting yourself in that space of already having had your intention coming true, put yourself there and think about how grateful you would feel. Think about how happy it would make you feel. Think about how much of a thank you you want to give back to the universe, and just keep connecting with that energy. Maybe spend like 2 minutes every day connecting to that feeling of having and being grateful. And again, this is just another game we're playing with our brain to switch us over into having mode. And once you have it in your mind, that's when it will appear in your reality. So it's actually a super helpful thing for you to do to create your manifestation intention. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was my 8 tips for manifesting anything that you want. Again, my name is Jen. I'm from thealignedlife.co. If you want to learn more about me, come on over to the site. I have a free manifestation starter kit for you guys to download if you sign up for updates. If you like this video, if you use the tips, I want to hear about it. So send me a comment below or hit the like button because that would really help me out a lot. If you want to hear more from me, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. I have 2 new videos for you guys every week, so make sure you don't miss anything and be a subscriber. And with that, I'll be back here in the next video really soon. So until then, I hope you have an amazing week, and just remember, get ready for the miracle. Namaste.